It was a really weird feeling because I felt like I did everything the society or my parents or my elementary school or high school teachers told me to do. Yet I was not fulfilled, I was not happy, and I was not proud of myself. Hi everyone, it's Vivian. Today we're not going to take a deep dive into quarter life crisis, but I wanted to share with you 10 quizzes that will help you navigate quarter life crisis, that will help you know yourself better, which will improve your dating and career development. Yay! In this video, I will be sharing assessments for personality, romantic relationships, and career. At the end of the video, I will give you a bonus exercise to help you connect with your true self and your core values better. So make sure to stick to the end and don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. That's such a YouTuber thing to say. So last year, after I published my book and purchased this beautiful apartment in Brooklyn, I didn't feel as accomplished or fulfilled or happy as I thought I would be. And then I realized I had been in a pattern of chasing things I thought that would make me happy or fulfilled, and then realizing that those things don't really make me happy or fulfilled. It was a really weird feeling because I felt like I did everything the society or my parents or my elementary school or high school teachers told me to do. Yet I was not fulfilled, I was not happy, and I was not proud of myself. And I'm still stuck in a job or industry I'm not passionate about. I am still dating people that wasn't serving me. So that led me to taking a break from making YouTube videos or writing and really focusing on myself and trying to figure out what I want my next step to be, who I am, and who I want to become. In the beginning, I was really confused as to how I'm going to figure out who I am and who I want to become. And then I realized, why don't I do the thing that I have been best at, which is standardized tests. That's such a Taiwanese thing to say, but I found a few assessments online that have been really helping me figure out what kind of person I am, what personality I have, what kind of person I should be dating, or what kind of career I should be looking into, or at least like the direction of career I should be considering. So these quizzes have helped me a ton, and I felt like it would be so helpful for you if you're also struggling with the same thing. Even if you're not into psychology or personality tests, I think it's still a fun thing to do with your friends or your coworkers, and just a really fun topic for small talk. So why don't we get started? First, personality assessment. So there are 4 personality assessments that I did last year that I thought was super helpful. The first one is the Big 5 personality traits. So the Big 5 personality traits, developed by multiple researchers, including Lewis Goldberg, is one of the most widely accepted models for understanding personality. It measures 5 core traits: openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. This assessment helps individuals gain insights into their personality by evaluating where they fall on each of these dimensions, offering a comprehensive view of their behavior, thoughts, and feelings. I will be putting all the links of these quizzes in the description box below, and I will try to find a Chinese version for these tests. My personal thought, this is what I learned in Psychology 101 in college. So I believe this is like one of the oldest and most recognized tests for personality. So a must do. The second test, I'm sure you've all heard of this, is Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, aka MBTI. The MBTI was developed by Catherine Krug Briggs and her daughter Isabel Briggs Myers, inspired by Carl Jung's theory of psychological types. It categorizes individuals into 16 different personality types based on preferences in 4 dichotomies: extroversion versus introversion, sensing versus intuition, thinking versus feeling, and judging versus perceiving. This assessment can provide a deeper understanding of one's personality type and how they interact with the world, helping with personal growth and relationships. My personal thought on MBTI is it's just a fun test to take. It definitely helps you know more about yourself, how you operate, how you think. Everyone is taking the test, and there's so much content on social media. I think it's just a fun test to take and talk about with your friends. The third personality assessment is DISC. The DISC assessment, based on the work of psychologist William Marston, categorizes behavior into 4 primary personality traits, which is DISC: dominance, influence, steadiness, and conscientiousness. By identifying one's dominant trait, the DISC assessment helps individuals understand their communication style, behavior in the workplace, and how they interact with others, thereby enhancing self-awareness and interpersonal skills. I think DISC assessment is more for how you operate and how you interact with people in the workplace. And given that most companies now require their workers to go back to the office and work in person with their coworkers, knowing how you score in dominance, influence, steadiness, and conscientiousness will really help you identify the areas for improvement. And I think this is something you can also talk about in your interviews with your employers. So yeah, definitely do it if you're job searching or if you need to work with people. Okay, the last personality assessment is
Enneagram.
The Enneagram is a personality model that divides human personality into 9 interconnected types, each with its own strengths, weaknesses, and motivations. This ancient system, with roots in both spiritual and psychological traditions, offers a framework for understanding oneself and others on a deeper level. By identifying one's type, individuals can gain insights into their core motivations, fears, and desires, which can lead to personal growth and improved relationships. So I first learned about this test from my coworker, Justin, who is probably the nicest, most caring, and competent person in the office. It's a really fun test to take with your friends and see like how your personality varies and how you complement each other. It's less specific compared to other tests, but still I think it's definitely a fun one to take. Okay, now we're getting into the second part, romantic relationship assessments. These are my personal favorites because they really helped me weed out the boys, the avoidance, the people you definitely don't want to date in New York City. So it helped me avoid a lot of landmines, is how you say it. So the first one is the 5 love languages. Definitely pretty well known by a lot of people. So it's developed by Dr. Gary Chapman. The 5 love languages framework helps individuals understand how they and their partners express and receive love. The 5 languages, words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch, offer a way to identify the primary way one experiences love, improving communication and emotional connection in relationships. So, my personal thought, I love it. One of my friends, she almost broke up with her boyfriend because they were in a long-distance relationship. And she kept telling me that 5 love languages saved her relationship because they figured out they didn't receive and express love in the same way. So a lot of times she didn't feel loved, and through taking this test, she figured out it's important for her to have quality time and physical touch together. So they worked out a solution together to be in the same city within a year or 2, and now they're getting married. So I definitely love this assessment. And just now, as I was reviewing the 5 love language test, I found out there is a new one called the 7 love languages. It's a little more comprehensive and a little more flexible than the 5 languages, I'll just tell you what the 7 love languages are. So there are emotional, intellectual, practical, activity, financial, physical, and appreciation, which is a little more comprehensive than the 5 love languages. If you want a more detailed view into how you and your partner receive and express love, definitely also check out 7 love languages. So how do I personally practice 5 love languages in my life? I like to choose a partner who has similar love languages as I do, because I think it would be difficult if one person loves getting gifts while the other person loves just going out and spending time together, getting new experiences, going on adventures. Then I think that would be a very difficult thing to reconcile. So for me, this is something I ask the other person early on in the dating stage, whether they have the same love languages, and just get to know them better. So far, I think it really helps. And also help you clarify what you want in a relationship. Is it physical touch and cuddles or hugs that you want? Is it gifts and expensive dinners? Is it your partner doing house chores for you or helping you with fixing the light bulbs or plumbing the toilet? Everyone experiences love differently, and I think it's important for you to figure out how you experience love and how you want your partner to do to make you feel loved. So yeah, it's definitely 5 love languages or 7 love languages. I think they're definitely helpful in terms of getting to know yourself better romantically and helping you find the right relationship. Okay, the next assessment for romantic relationship is my favorite. It's the attachment style assessment. So, the attachment style assessment is based on attachment theory, initially developed by John Bowlby and later expanded by Mary Ainsworth. It identifies 4 primary attachment styles: secure, anxious, avoidant, and disorganized. Understanding your attachment style can offer deep insights into your relationship patterns, emotional needs, and how you connect with others, which is crucial for personal development and improving romantic relationships. Personally, I think it's so important to know your attachment style because it basically explains how you form intimate relationships, even friendships. So your attachment style is developed at a very young age with your major caregiver. This will affect how you build relationships, especially romantic and intimate relationships with other people. If you're like me, who tends to date people who are afraid of commitment, who pulls away when the relationship gets close or gets more intimate, then you're probably in anxious attachment. It bleeds into almost every aspect of our lives, and I think it's just so important to understand what your attachment style is, because anxious and avoidant tend to attract each other, and they kind of create this really negative spiral where the anxious keeps chasing for love and affection from the avoidant, and the avoidant would feel pressured and stressed out where they have to shut down and pull away and run away from the anxious, which makes the anxious even more anxious and demanding for love. For me, after I learned about attachment style, I started asking people about their attachment style early on in dating, because I just don't want to enter another relationship having the same pattern of like chasing and pulling away, chasing and pulling away. So yeah, so far it's worked pretty well for me. So I've been recommending my friends and my coworkers to take the attachment style assessment so they can make their dating easier, because I know it's tough out there, especially New York City. Last but not least, I wanted to share 4 career assessments with you. The first one is interest inventory. An interest inventory assessment helps individuals identify their interests and how they align with various careers. By answering questions about your preferences and activities you enjoy, this assessment can guide you toward careers that are likely to be fulfilling and engaging, making it easier to find a career path that resonates with your passion. Yeah, so my interest inventory is pretty interesting. I score really high in artistic, social, and enterprising, which is nothing close to what I'm doing for my full-time job now. And the funniest thing is the top three careers that were recommended to me was number 1, actors, number 2, broadcast announcers and radio disc jockeys. The third one is a clergy. Personally, I think it's very helpful to figure out what your interests are in a more systemic way, so you know if you're on the right track to your dream job. And if you're considering a side hustle, this could also be a very good inspiration for you too. The second assessment is skill assessment. It evaluates your strengths and competencies in various areas, such as problem solving, communication, and technical abilities. By identifying your strongest skills, this assessment can help you understand which careers you're best suited for and where you might need further development to achieve your career goals. I know in Asia or in Taiwan where I grew up, people are always talking about 截长补短, which is cutting your strength to make up for your shortcomings. But after I grew up, I think it's super important to play to your strengths. So this assessment kind of clarifies what your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, and you can just basically evaluate what strengths you want to play to and what weaknesses you want to improve. And I think it's always nice to have a list of things you're really good at and a list of things that you can use some improvements on. So I can share my highest rating skills. So the first one is body coordination and clerical knowledge. So organizational skills, customer and personal service, foreign language, helping people, instructing, memorization. So yeah, these are super helpful to know, although I kind of had an idea what I am good at and what I'm not good at. It's still nice to have a list of things. The third assessment is value assessment. So it helps you identify what is most important to you in your work life, such as job security, creativity, independence, or helping others. Understanding your core work values can guide you toward a career that aligns with your principles and ensures greater job satisfaction and long-term success. Totally agree that value alignment is super important in any jobs you do, because sometimes there are just companies you work for that your values don't really align. That can affect how happy you are at work, although it's not directly related to your day-to-day job. For me, I can share my work values metric results. So I score highest on achievement and relationships and lowest on working conditions and support. So basically, I don't need fancy offices. I don't need a lot of support from my manager. What's most important for me is being able to do something with my skills and achieve something great, and the relationships I have with my coworkers, which is pretty true. Yeah, and the 6 work values you will be assessed by are recognition, relationship, achievement, independence, working conditions, and support. And the last career assessment, which is career aptitude. A career aptitude assessment measures your abilities and talents in different areas, such as numerical reasoning, verbal skills, and spatial awareness. It helps you discover careers that match your natural aptitudes, offering guidance on potential career paths that are well suited to your inherent abilities and preferences. So the career aptitude test kind of breaks the aptitude into 4 different dimensions. The first one is humanitarian, and second, innovator, third, caretaker, fourth, pragmatist. For me, I score highest on humanitarian. I think this helps you figure out what kind of job you want, if you want to be an analyst, data scientist, super analytical, or you like client-facing, you like talking to people, helping clients, or helping people. There's so many different jobs out there, and they all require different aptitudes and personalities. And also, some company cultures, they might emphasize one aptitude more than the others. So you can also take that into account, whether your career aptitude aligns with the company's culture and their mission. Super helpful in job searching. Last but not least, I want to give you a bonus exercise to figure out your core values. It's kind of similar to the value assessment, but I think this one's a little more fun. You can do it by yourself or with your friends as a group activity. You can go on Google, search for core values list, and you can find many lists with nouns or adjectives on them. And those are basically core values that could be important to you. And what you're gonna do is you draw 2 circles, and outside the first big circles, you write down the core values that you resonate with the most. And then out of those core values you wrote down, you pick half of them and put them in the second circle. So like in the donut. After you do that, you pick out half of them, or top 5 or top 10. Put them in the middle, and that will be the core values you live by. And what do core values do? It will help you make decisions. It will help you find a job that aligns with your core value. It will help you make friends or find a partner that aligns with your core value. And these are the values you stick by when you're making decisions on your life, your career, your romantic relationship. Anything that goes against your core values should be reconsidered, or maybe just no to them, because these will be the most important values you hold to your heart and try to stick with. And personally, I've been using my core value list to think about the videos I want to make, the direction I want my channel and my blog to go into, and the content I put out in the world, and just how I interact with my friends and how I want my friend groups to be. So I personally think it's super helpful to do at the end of the year to set like new intention for the new year. So yeah, that's it for the video. I hope the 10 assessments will be helpful to you, and I will make sure the links are down in the description box, and I'll try to find Chinese version of those assessments. And let me know if you find any of these assessments helpful, or if there is an assessment that you like that I didn't mention, please also comment and let me know, and I'll definitely try them out. Yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.